Going to start the board mass rule today. Now, for example, Adil is arranging delicious cakes on plates for a party. He decides to use 4 plates. He decides to use how many plates? He decides to use 4 plates to arrange the apples on the cakes on these plates, right? Now he decides to use 4 plates and he put 2 cakes on each plate. Okay, on each plate he put 2 cake, but then her sister says that she should put one more cake on it. All right, so she is putting one more cake on it. Okay, so how many cakes has Adil used? So to find out that, what we are going to do, 4 plates multiplied by the number of cake on their plates, 2 plus 1, right? So if you're going to solve it, you see that 4 multiplied by, what is 2 plus 1? It is 3. And the answer is going to be 4 3 times 12 cakes altogether. Alright, 12 cakes altogether. Now the important thing over here is these brackets. Alright, if you are going to solve it without using the order and without the brackets, what will happen? Let's see. If you're going to rewrite this without the brackets and just solve it as it is, like you're going to do in the sequence, if you're going to do it without Demas, without board mass rule, so you're going to simplify it only with the Demas rule. Okay, so if you're going to use the Demas rule, you're going to multiply first, right? So 4 2s will be 8, and 8 plus 1 is equals to 9. If the board mass rule is not used, only Demas in this question, now only Demas rule is used. Now you can see the difference between the answers. Over here the answer is 9, right? And the answer is completely different from the previous answer. If you can see here, in the previous one, in the bracket one, the answer was 12 cakes, right? Which is a right answer. Okay, and in the next one, when we see it without only Demas have been followed, so the answer is 9. All right, so you can see that those problems involving more than one operation depends on the order in which we carry out the operations, right? So he knew already that he had to add before multiplying to see how many cakes he had put out. There were 4 plates, and on each cake there were 3 apples, right, together. So 4 3s are 12. 12 is the right answer. So that's why he put the brackets around the addition part of the sum. That's why he put the bracket around the addition part of the sum, and brackets told him that which part to work out first. So if there are brackets in the questions, and there are these round brackets are called the parentheses. Okay, we call these brackets parenthesis. इनका नाम होता है parenthesis. Okay, these are the round brackets. In easy words we can say round brackets. All right, so there are different types of brackets. That's why I am just telling you this, that there are curly brackets as well, and there are square brackets, box brackets we can say, or square brackets. These are the curly ones, and these are the box brackets. So there are different types of brackets that we use in maths, but these brackets are round brackets, and these are called parentheses. So brackets always help us to solve problems involving 2 or more operations by telling us which part of the simplification to do first by grouping some numbers together. So therefore brackets are also called grouping symbols, and we always solve whenever we have in any question there are brackets, so we always start with the brackets. All right, we always start solving with the bracket. First we solve the bracket, and then we solve the number outside the bracket, the operation outside the bracket. Now if you can see here, there's an example over here. 8 minus 1 multiplied by 7. All right, so we are going to do it in both ways, and we are going to see if you put the brackets differently, so what change will be there. Okay, if I put the bracket around 8 minus 1, what will be the answer? And if I put the bracket around 1 multiplied by 7, what will be the answer? Okay, in both cases, over here I put the bracket around 8 minus 1, over here I put the bracket around 1 multiplied by 7, here I put the bracket around subtraction, here I put the bracket around multiplication. Let's solve and find out if we find the what answer we find here. 8 minus 1 is 7, and 7 times 7 is 49. And now over here we do it. 8 minus 1 times 7 is 7, and 8 minus 7 is 1. Now see, in both cases the answers we have got different answer, 49 here and 1 here, just because we have changed the position of the bracket. All right, so let's see another example over here. It's 10 minus 8 divided by 2. I'm going to put the bracket around minus here, and then I'm going to put the bracket around division here. 8 divided by 2. Okay, so let me solve it here now. 10 minus 8 is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is equals to 1. Over here 10 minus, what is 8 divided by 2 is 4, so your answer is 6. Now how brackets change the result of the operation, you can see that in both the questions the brackets are changed. If you change the position of the bracket, the answers gets changed. All right, now let's see here another example. You have 4 plus 8 multiplied by 3, and bracket is around here. So you're going to solve the bracket first. What the rule follow is BODMAS. In BODMAS we follow the rule that BODMAS. This BO means bracket over or bracket open or bracket solve. We have to solve the bracket first. Bracket B stands for bracket open, divide, then multiply, then add, then subtract. First we are going to solve the bracket, and then we do the questions in this way. All right, so here we have to first solve the bracket. So bring down 4 as it is, and then write down plus, and then we solve this bracket. First 8 times 3 is 24, then we are going to add 4 plus 24 is 28 is your answer. This is the correct way of doing this question. We solve the bracket first, and then we are going to solve the rest of the question. Okay, see another example of this. It's 9 minus 3 multiplied by 8. We have to solve the bracket first. So what is 9 minus 3? It's 6 multiplied by 8, and 6 times 8 is 48, so 48 is the answer.